I was saying about my dad, my father will walk out of his house,
Structures.
he'll walk up there and he'll stop right here and he'll say, put a line right across there, everything to the left of that line, Jones. That's how he'll do it, you know what I mean? So I have no idea, I could make it as big or as small as I wanted. I mean, it's basically, the only thing that, like I said, is usually is here. And it would only be one house, I'd sign a paper or whatever I had to do for that, but I just don't wanna fight, and I don't wanna drag it out for a year.
Well, it would be at least till September, cause that's when we hear back from the Attorney General's office.
But you
That's
still
next
have to-
year.
September of.
Well,
We'd have to get it before.
When's the
town-
fall meeting?
Town meeting.
we could either go,
And the specials usually what, November?
warrant articles is still open, just so you know. We could do it,
We'd have to have a public hearing on it.
we have to have a public hearing
I think
on
they're
that
closing tonight. The
25th,
articles.
I thought, he told me.
I don't know.
There's not enough time to
Yeah,
give
we don't
notice
have
for a
time for
public.
that, yeah.
Well, we
We
have
don't
to,
have
no,
enough
Next
time.
Tuesday.
we have to give we can create our warrant article
Yeah.
and give them the warrant article. We have to have a public hearing for our,
I got another question. And this
retreat
is
lots,
out
which
of
is
you
May
guys'
17th.
wheelhouse, but you guys
is
know
when
a
we're
little bit
having our
about
public
everything that
hearing
goes on
for
here.
that. And possibly.
I'm toying around with the idea, you know that field
So, we
that
could
you
do
were
it.
talking about way out?
Yeah, yeah.
It's 1,200 feet.
Could do it in the fall too.
From
We
the
could.
street.
I don't
to
think
where it
it's
opens
gonna
up to
fly, I think it's a
Neither
waste
do
of,
I.
See,
I think
my
it's a
house
waste of
right
his
in the middle
money,
of that.
that's, and I'm trying, you know,
But I gotta cross,
Yeah.
I need
I've
that
looked at
driveway.
several scenarios, I
Now,
don't,
I was looking
I
at the
think
map,
that he'll spend a lot of money,
and
because it's
it
not cheap to
says
rezone,
residential
and in the
and
end, he's not
agriculture
gonna
is
end
the
up
same.
what he
You look
wanted.
at, like, at the map's color-coded red or orange, or whatever it is, it says it's the same. You and I talked about this. On the zoning map,
Yes,
agricultural, residential is the same.
yes,
So if I were to decide to take part of that field way out in the woods, I'd still keep 75% of the field. Plant hay, whatever, have,
mhm,
you know, any ferry mower, whatever, anyways. That driveway would be grandfathered in? I know this isn't your.
We
your
are, how
specialty,
much
It's
is
a ways
that?
back there.
Is it,
but
you got
1,200
40 feet to get in there?
mhm.
Yeah, the frontage, it's a conforming lot, there's, what's it, 175 feet
175
frontage.
feet, yeah,
Um,
it's a little more than that actually.
Same idea as this, acreage isn't a
218, I
problem,
think we measured.
but it's,
Well, we're coming up, we'll tell them, we're coming up with something called retreat lots at town meeting.
similar to Rehoboth, something on that idea?
Well, I don't know what they got out there, but you need 8 acres,
Yeah,
40 feet of frontage.
40 feet.
okay. But I need that driveway,
We can have that driveway.
you know that?
No, did you talk to conservation like I told you
No, I came here, like you told me
to?
to.
No, I told you to talk about conservation, about that driveway
Does the
with
driveway
conservation.
cross?
It's
wetlands?
very
Crosses
close to wetlands.
It's all
It's-
flagged, it's, I had it
It's
flagged
pretty
last week,
close,
so
isn't it?
you know the land, we got the
Yeah.
river here, and basically the driveway follows the river,
Yeah.
and it's within 100 feet in certain areas, some areas it's,
Yeah, but it's high, right?
um,
That road is high compared to the river, I think.
yeah, I would have to make it higher. Me and my dad, see, agriculture, they can get away with more. We just didn't know any better.
No, you could, cause
took-
you're farming it, you're not,
We
there's
took,
not
we
a-
had to widen it, cause as the farm got bigger, the equipment got bigger. So me and my dad went there, chainsaws, the whole deal, we widened it to probably, I don't know, 14 feet, you know, as, like, tree width. And then we got like a 12-foot road, we took an old farm truck, took days, loaded the truck with rocks from the fields, hauled them there, dumped them, my dad sat out there with a loader, graded them off, and then I hauled fill in there for weeks. And my dad stayed back there and leveled it all off, so we built a road on top of, you know, fieldstone. And that's the base, that's what's under it.
That's how they did it in the old days.
Mhm.
That's I remember me thinking my dad was crazy when we were doing it. And when we were done, I mean, that was 20 years ago. When we were done, what a road.
Good old days.
It was beautiful. We could drive the tractors in and out. We had, you know, I think 14-foot Harris, you know, 14-foot plows. And before I'd been going down there, I'd be breaking shit just trying to get to the field.
Mm.
And we did that one winter and it worked great. I'd probably raise it some more. There's a couple areas that are a little bit low. There's one area that I think there's a pipe across. I probably wanna redo that, but I wanna make sure that I can do it. Because
You need
I'll
to
just
talk
leave
to
this
Yeah,
alone.
conservation.
we need to talk to Charlie
And
Mello.
my opinion is, this is not guaranteed, totally not guaranteed, you're gonna probably spend a lot of money, and you have no guarantee, and it could take you up to a year, and there's no
That's something
guarantee.
Yeah, or longer,
If there's no
potentially.
guarantee, I'm, you know, you might get away with town meeting and the whole land swap thing,
It'd be a beautiful
it-
lot,
it's gonna be
but the piece
difficult,
that you and I are talking
they are
about,
tree
Yeah.
huggers.
Oh, yeah.
and that's where I belong. I run around naked, no one will see me.
I might see you. Is that tree condo still up in the trees?
There's probably, I haven't been back there in a long time, until recently, there's probably.
The biggest tree stand I've ever seen.
There's three.
Yeah,
There's
well,
three
one's
there
bigger
now.
than me.
One, there's a couple in the trees still, and
Yeah.
one guy just built a freestanding one, right on the corner of the field.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know whose it is.
Yeah.
You know the big tree out in the middle, that huge
Yeah, yeah,
tree?
yeah.
Split right in half.
Yeah,
That's too bad. That was a beautiful tree.
yeah, it was.
That was probably the real
Oh,
concept.
no kidding, that was a
Yeah.
beautiful tree. Gorgeous.
Somebody must have left it there years ago, like, 100 years ago.
Joe had that
Yeah.
test done on Friday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did that right on
Big
Friday.
tree, yeah.
I mean, that thing
Nothing
is
was
from me
said,
to you,
was
what?
waiting for
Yeah,
the
big
report, but
tree.
they didn't find
Yeah.
anything when they were
That
there.
place, now that,
I
you know
thought
that
we
field,
did.
it's
Yeah.
pretty much
It
split.
was all in the front,
Yeah.
that
So
already
you
got
got the river
taken out.
here.
Yeah,
Then you got this square field,
That's
probably
what,
like 6 acres.
what's I read, they felt it was
Surrounded
more.
by trees.
up towards
Towards-
where,
towards
where,
the water.
where it
I
already
mean,
is,
You're in
yeah.
the middle of Dayton, you're in the woods.
Yeah.
The closest house to you actually is 100 acres,
Yeah,
down here, where the
right,
sawmill
right,
used to be.
yeah, I know Tom Drake.
When you're working here, horsefly, I've worked farms everywhere. Horseflies and heat, humidity, and this, it's the worst I've I've never been hotter than I was in this field working here. There's no breeze,
Right, right,
nothing,
right.
nothing, cause you're
You're in
surrounded
a
by
pocket.
trees. So if you come back down the river to right here, do you remember the big rock? Right,
Yeah.
and then right here?
Yeah,
This is actually like crystal clear water.
yeah.
We'd strip down to our underwear. As soon as my father would leave,
You're on
he'd
camera.
walk back out of the path. He'd leave, we'd get in our underwear, sprint down the path, jump off that rock into the water, run back, hold for a little while,
Yeah, yeah.
run back down, jump in. I'm talking 12,
Yeah,
13,
yeah.
14 years old, just anything to get through the day.
That's a
Beautiful
nice piece of land there.
But
Beautiful.
hot, oh my God, it's hot down there.
So
Yeah.
the paper you keep drawing on, that's the paper that I told you to take care of, fill out, and
What's this for? You told me you were
the,
gonna fill out.
the driveway,
Oh,
So you
That's
may
how
wanna
you
have a
would-
conversation with Charlie before you fill that out. 'cause
well,
that-
that's a determination of applicability,
About the driveway.
yes.
what I wanted to know, and I should ask him, I was hoping that you guys might know, is because your map says residential and agricultural are synonymous because they're side by
Yes.
side on the
Yes,
zoning map,
yes,
then I'm not changing the use. If I'm not changing the use, then the driveway's grandfathered. Does that make sense?
well, kind of, sorta, not really,
Well,
because you
take that
are,
argument to the conservation commission, cause we can
Yeah,
agree
Yeah.
with you all day long, and it doesn't really do anything
Does
for
it
you.
make sense though? I don't sound like an idiot saying, it.
No,
no, it does,
Yeah,
it makes sense,
It's on the map, residential, agricultural,
right,
so if it's,
but you either use it for residential, or you use
but
it for
it's dual,
agricultural.
but it's dual purpose. I still gotta get to my
It
fields and
is
plant
dual-
my hay.
It is dual purpose.
I gotta mow my hay. Ferry's gonna feed his cows.
and you're building a farmhouse, so agriculture.
Here you go.
You all set?
Hey, I'll take him with me.
Are we, are we ready to accept the streets up there?
I'm on it. You can ask Heidi, she'll verify it. I am on it. It's only been 10 years. Don't get on my ass.
Well, people are on us, so.
No, I'm sure they are.
You know.
Where is this?
Hillcrest.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I've done everything. We're slammed to work now, but you're on. I'll prove it to you.
I believe it.
I actually have a list. I think you're on.
All you gotta do is the
Boom.
roadway,
These are all ongoing jobs, Richmond Hill, which is
all you
what
gotta
we
do is
call.
the roadway, everything else,
I can't get in that friggin' detention pond. I'm gonna have to sink a pump the water. I've gone as far as I can go with the gravel, bringing that up to the, whatever you call it, when the water goes out. But if you see now that I've raised it, I'm chasing all the water to the pipe, now my machine's getting stuck. So I went down there the other day, it's not drying, so I'm gonna dig a hole, sink a pump it out, fill it. I got a game plan anyways.
okay,
Cutting the asphalt and stuff, that'll be next week. Crack fill, I can do that anytime. I gotta clean the catch basins. Most of the hard shit's done. So, we'll get it taken care of. I'm over it.
Thank you.
Haven't heard that before, right?
Good luck.
Alright, guys, thanks for your time.
Thanks,
All
Steve.
right.
Take
Nice
care.
meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thanks, Steve, have a good
So,
one.
so how do I talk to Charlie Mello? Just call him?
Yes,
So see Roz and get his number?
I give it to you right
Oh,
now.
okay. It's, you said Charlie Mello? That's his name?
Yeah.
He doesn't mind people calling him?
I'll write it down for you if you want it. There you
We're good?
Yep.
See you later, thank you.
go. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Okay, next item,
Oh.
discussion.
If you remember, the building commissioner asked the board if they would consider doing use variances.
Yes.
Okay. Well, when I asked Lisa that we would like her to attend, and she's said that she was not sure that the board wanted to get into that. That's, you know, it's just not give use variances, there's a lot to it. She felt that, you know, it could be kind of a risky thing and et cetera. So Tom and I were talking, and we put the mixed use overlay on 138 and 44. Well, instead of allowing use variances, maybe we should widen our mixed use overlay and put it down the main roads, William Street, Main Street, Center Street. There's already businesses there.
That was a
They-
finished middle too.
Might as well, and finish middle, you know, the rest of middle, because half of it, 3/4 of it is business. Like we did Cedar Street, cause Cedar Street's all business as well. So that's where we're at. We thought that was a better solution to try to, you know, promote business instead of giving use variances and,
Actually, I had heard back from the commissioner, texted me a couple of days ago and, had said he agrees that the mixed use overlay would be,
I did mention it to him. I know I said that you and I were talking and
yeah,
that we thought maybe trying the mixed use overlay down Center, Main, Williams would work, you know, better than giving use variances per se. Kind of a, could open a can of worms there we don't want to,
I think so.
so, but I don't know how the board feels about that.
How restrictive do we wanna be? As far
Well-
as what goes where, it's gonna be vice,
It would have to be, follow the bylaw that we have in
Yeah.
place, but like we do for 138 and 44 would all we'd be doing is adding those districts to, or adding that district to our zoning map.
So we're gonna be adding, or potentially adding, Main Street,
Mm-hmm,
what'd you say, Center
and Williams,
and Williams?
and
And
the
then
rest of Main.
finish middle.
Middle, yeah.
There any businesses on Center Street now?
Yes,
You know, Pawn Lot, daycare,
Pond Lot, Painted Pony,
those are like daycares though, right? Really not, they're a business, but it's not.
yeah, but the only kind of business you're gonna get in the town of Dayton, in my opinion, is small mom and pop businesses. Mom and pop are not gonna go down to Giorgio's and rent that space, cause they can't afford to. No small mom and pop business can afford to rent the space. By the time you rent the space, you pay all the utilities and the personal property tax. You gotta have one heck of a business and be making quite a bit of money.
Oh, absolutely.
So basically, what you're gonna get is people trying to have businesses out of their home. You know, Daffodils, the little store on Main Street, that's cute, you know, people doing that, selling honey, selling, you know, eggs, etc. That's what we're gonna get in Dayton, believe it or not. That I believe that, you know, you're not gonna see a CVS or a Walgreens or anything like that come to Dayton.
Not in the
And
near
if
future.
you are, it's not gonna be on Center Street, and it's
Yeah,
not gonna be
yeah.
on Main Street unless it's on the corner of Main and
Exactly,
138.
so I mean, do we help, you know, we help our residents and put that mixed use overlay on Center Street where
But
there's
if
a
you
beauty,
think about
there's
it
a beauty
now,
shop on
is-
Center
is-
Street.
Doing just 3 streets being restrictive?
No, we only did 2, we did 44 and
Yeah,
138,
that's true.
we're adding to it. So we're allowing more business to, we're allowing our small
Yeah.
mom and pa's to have a nice little business out of their house or something, and,
Actually, Middle Street years ago had a lot of business on
Yeah.
it, between trucking and,
yeah, years ago.
That blows my mind.
I know.
There was a
Well,
big
Middle Street
road
in the
one time,
middle, in the
yeah.
middle of,
When they zoned.
In the middle of Middle Street.
in the middle of Middle Street, exactly.
When they zoned in the 70s, where the businesses were is where they zoned their business,
Yeah.
so,
Go back then, it
but,
makes sense,
Yeah,
So is Middle Street's own business now?
yeah,
yeah.
that's that red strip right there.
Strip right down the middle, right?
I guess if we do it, we wanna do all of Main Street and all of Center Williams, I don't know, after Main Street, there's not,
There's nothing, yeah.
Well, William Street would be, if you want my opinion, do you want my opinion?
Of course.
absolutely.
That's why you're.
You might
board
not
member.
like it,
All
but
right.
That's okay, that's,
my
that's
opinion
everybody has a right to their
is
opinion.
like Center Street and Main Street. There's really not many businesses there, and I think on Main Street, of course, we got ICI, which is defunct.
Main
And-
Street, I
and
don't
Gou-
believe
and-
there's
and-
any.
And Goulart Oil was
Yeah,
on
but
there.
Goulart Oil.
that's
I think that's about it, right?
it's not a traffic.
But if I was a resident and I owned a home on any of those streets, or if I lived on one of those streets, I wouldn't want my next door neighbor to have a business. I would not. I would be against it.
But even a small business, like.
Yeah, even a small
Like a
business, because
farm
you don't know what a
stand or
small
whatever.
business is gonna
Well,
bring in.
Goulash is a small business, and if you're sitting next to them, if it's not there and someone wants to put in something like that with oil tanks presumably.
Right, you don't know what kind of business.
Yeah.
Business brings noise, traffic, a lot of things. And it depends on the business, but I know if I was living here on Main Street, I wouldn't want my next door neighbor to have a business and cars coming in and out, people looking in my yard,
No.
There's plenty of room for business on 138. On William Street, I think, hey, there's not as many houses close together.
Mm.
To
There's
me,
a lot of
that's my
business on
It's
opinion.
already, it's already business.
My
There's a
opinion,
lot of
and
business.
North
there's,
of Maine.
there's property available on 138 for lease or rent or whatever that nobody's even asking to put a business on. That's where I'm at, Heidi.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's good, that's
Yeah.
why we're
If
here.
a two-family ever came open on 138, I would buy it and live upstairs and put a hot dog place downstairs.
That would be a wonderful thing.
Coney Island hot dogs, I hope.
I'd put a taco stand.
Tacos,
Ooh,
okay?
geez.
Taco.
I would taco.
You could do a cigar shop, you could do a barber shop.
Yeah, no, there's so many nice
Yeah,
little
there's a lot of
ideas.
things, but business ain't for everybody. Business is tough to be in business today. No matter, small business is tough.
That's why only a certain number of people are wanting to run convenience stores.
Yeah, it's not
18
for
hours a
everybody,
day.
But I would be,
No.
I
Okay.
wouldn't be in favor of
Yeah, well, that's,
Main,
it. Well, I mean, Middle Street, I think Middle Street, with the
Okay,
businesses that are
Middle
already
Street.
there, I don't have a problem with Middle Street.
okay,
well,
Williams in middle,
Well, some of the residents might have a problem
what
with
is
it.
Main Street
Well, it has to
now
pass a town meeting
uptown?
anyway.
Right.
So,
it's all residential.
What do you think of Main Street from 138 to Elm?
Or would you go from the river to Elm?
You could go
Shaw's
from the
is
river.
there.
yeah.
Well, that's just a
That's
small
not- is that-
section.
Right,
That's up
From
past
Main
the
Street?
library from.
Just after the
from
library,
138.
yeah.
Well, a lot of those are like rental houses.
They are.
Yeah, most of them are.
Not all of
Most of them
them
are
though,
rentals.
but,
Two families.
I think the majority of them are
one,
2-3 families.
one, there's one, that isn't, that's,
Tim's,
Jim and, yeah,
Timmy.
Yeah, the
Timmy,
house.
oh, and the house next door,
Yeah.
Jim and Tim, yeah. Yep, Timmy's house and then, but the house next to the fire station's a rental, the house next to that's a rental.
That whole side is a
Rental,
You
yeah.
know, there was, the red and white was there.
Yeah,
River to Elm?
Yeah,
I'm
makes
still
sense to
against
me.
it, but I'm only one guy.
it's alright.
I think that makes sense, being the river to Elm, since after that, it's all, just about all single family.
Mhm,
From Elm down to Williams, I believe, is all single family.
mhm. Yeah, no business.
Whether
in
they're,
there,
I know there's a couple of single family rentals, but
yeah.
Where are we gonna put the airport?
Loop seaplanes, right in the river.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
So, Center Street, I still like Center.
I don't.
at the nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
You got two
Painter
daycares, a
Pony,
nursing home.
Two daycares, a
Is it-
hairdressing place.
I thought the isn't the electric still there?
No.
No?
A lot of houses there, a lot of people, a lot of traffic on Center Street. That's a high traffic road, people
That's
fly
the
down
reason
that
why you
road.
put a business there.
That's why we put a business,
Yeah.
that's it.
Probably more traffic there than on 138.
I still like Center Street too, though.
I like 138 to, up center to middle maybe.
I'd say the Pine. Cause you got the Painter Pony right there, at least we make them conforming.
What's that?
The little farm stand, which sells all year.
Oh, up to Milton,
Up
no,
to
Pine.
Pine, yeah,
Senator Pine.
138 to Pine.
Yeah.
What is the zoning from the bridge to 138
Residential.
residential, but the school's there? I've always thought that if the school really, what they should do is put in some type of stores where they could sell the things that they produce, you know, local.
Well, they have a farm
Local to
stand.
table.
They do a
Yeah,
farm stand in the
yeah.
summer.
I know they do, but I'm
Like
thinking
their
of buying
flower
beef from 'em.
arrangements, yeah, no, I agree.
How deep is the mixed use down there? I forget.
On Center Street from 138, it's only like one lot deep.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The thing is, if the school were to do it, and they were to use their kids to run the stores, it's educational use, and the Dover Amendment would exempt the zoning, so
So it wouldn't matter
It would really be up to them, and since they own just about everything
on that road, right?
there's no reason to change any zone.
No,
Let's see, on the side, there's already beauty salon and a puppy place.
yes, right there,
Mhm.
Right?
that's right.
Well, obviously, you didn't need a permit to open those businesses.
The beauty salon, maybe not, depends how much of your house it took up.
Personal businesses, you don't need any requirements like that for a hairdresser or a barber shop or a dog groomer or
Mm.
those kind of things. They don't
Just on
require anything.
establishment.
So what do we have so far?
Yeah,
Main Street from the river up to Elm,
Okay.
Center Street, 138 to Pine,
Okay.
William Street, I don't see a need to go
Past
south
Main.
from Main. So that's Main to Town Line.
yeah,
And the rest of Middle, 'cause Middle's 3/4 of it already.
Okay.
The only one in question was 138, I mean, Center Street down to the bridge, but
There's no need.
no need, okay. So that's what we got.
okay. And what I'll do is have Peter, put that on our zoning map and then we can check it out and see if we want it to go further, stay where it is, blah, 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 and we'll go from there.
We're gonna divvy up some zoning maps tonight?
We can, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, we have Green Harbor has been in contact, it's a medical marijuana,
Green Harbor?
yeah.
We go in green.
They would actually like to put a dispensary and a grow facility here in Dayton. At the moment, we only allow that at Princess House. He was okay with having a dispensary at Princess House, but thought maybe, the mill would be a better place to grow it.
Up in North Dayton, that mill, the
Yes,
big one,
the big mill, yes.
or not as big as it used to be mill.
But not, yes, but it's still quite large.
Yeah, it is.
It is very big. Taurus, what's his, Peter
Peter Merrigan,
has been in the office twice because the guy has contacted him. Now, it's not an allowed use, so I didn't know we'd have to create a separate bylaw, in my opinion, because we wouldn't wanna have a dispensary over at the mill. Because there's no parking at the mill. The mill don't want a dispensary there because there's no really foot traffic at the mill, it's people, it's more of a, where they manufacture things.
Right.
To have a grow facility would be okay, because they're manufacturing it, you don't know it's there, you probably would never know it was there. You wouldn't have traffic in and out, in and out. So, that would be up to the board, whether or not you wanted to, you know, add that to the medical overlay district with an exception that you only could have a grow facility there, or, I don't know, just something to think about. I believe that Green Harbor will be coming in to speak with the board at the next meeting. Give a little background with their company and,
I just don't see that flying with the residents up there.
I don't think it will either.
There's not enough space over here, honey?
There
that-
is.
Is that what they're looking for? Because I'm pretty sure the mill has a 20% vacancy.
They need 60,000 square feet for the growing facility.
60,000.
Wow, really?
How many square feet does the mill have, do you know?
quite a bit.
I heard there's only 20% available. I heard, 80% of it's full right now.
I don't know,
I
I
heard.
was there
Pretty
last
good.
year,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's storage and like warehouse.
Right,
I live right near there, and, would you be able to smell this stuff?
no.
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Do you
Yeah,
ever
you
smell
can't.
that stuff?
Only if you smoke, burn it.
No, it smells
no.
if you don't, it smells,
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah,
nasty stuff, it smells like skunk.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah, believe me, I know. One of my neighbors is growing it, and you can smell it when you
Well,
walk by
those
their
are
house.
the things we're gonna need to ask this
It's legal
person.
now, though.
Yeah, it's legal.
Well, that's why I feel it's a good idea for them to
Yeah.
come in and these are, all the
Yeah.
concerns, let's ask and before we make any choices, whether or not what we're gonna do anything.
Hmm.
And that's all I know for today.
So what day they coming in?
Are they coming in May?
May 3rd.
Okay.
May 3rd.
Which is our next meeting.
Yes,
Vicky's done a lot of work
she has
on this
been,
project.
yes.
Now, the Princess Street house, is there any open industrial land where they could build there?
I don't know, I don't.
No, I don't think they'll build, they wouldn't build, no. But what's the benefit for the town?
Oh, personal property tax, think about all the personal property tax on those grow lights.
Right,
And on all that, the equipment that
right.
feeds them and whatever it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
but I think that it would be a huge tax.
Right, personal property tax, I
Mhm.
understand that, cause I was in business. Most people don't know what personal property tax
Mhm.
is, but
Well, not a lot of
Yeah.
towns.
you have to pay a percentage of
Right.
everything in your business that's worth something,
Right,
yeah.
so I think that would be huge tax revenue for the town, actually.
I'm
Well,
just thinking
I'll
that
wait to hear what they
if
gotta
could-
say, I
Yeah,
If they
absolutely.
could build at Princess House where it's already zoned for it, there would be a lot more certainty to their plan. That would include a larger expense, unless they're renting it. You can rent it X per square foot, or you could build for X per square foot and amortize it over 30 years and take
Right.
the depreciation, and there might be advantages to building, other than the certainty of being in a zone where it's already allowed. But that's for them, I'm sure they've got people figuring that out much more than me, who just gave it thought now, and that's it.
Right, exactly.
The co-op place, were they leaving?
They are- I heard they
talked about
were.
They
leaving.
Yeah.
talked about it, we were trying to get them a place for a school in
Yeah.
Dayton, but that kinda never really went anywhere.
We're still,
Zeneca doesn't wanna
yeah,
move
yeah,
very quickly.
no, I mean,